Trent.
How do you do that with your eyes? You know it gets me every time. I swear I wish I could read your mind, 'cause I ask the same question every night. So just breathe. Breathe in, breathe deep, you know that's all you need. I can't describe your eyes, but they're as blue as the sea. Your heart, it beats in perfect time with me. Baby, you know that I want mine. If we get no rest till the sunrise, until you make me fall in love again as light shows your face, I can never be the same. I plan to love you all my life, until you meet your chariot. Until you meet your chariot. Until you meet your chariot.
Marina and I met at the University of Minnesota.
Met in school, University of Minnesota, where I just transferred.
It was African politics class. I believe I noticed her before she noticed me. I remember like looking around the classroom and I saw her, and I was just like, I need to figure out a way to talk to her.
And then I saw this guy who just kept staring at me in class, and I was just, one time actually I stared him down and then he looked away.
That he looks at me when he holds my hand.
There's this one time where she caught me looking at her, and like, so it was in the middle of class and I'm like looking at her and she looked at me and she would not look away.
Because I was like, what is this person staring at me? I want to stare at you.
She stared at me until I looked away, and that didn't make it any easier to talk to her. She was like very intimidating, and it was very difficult because at the end of class she would put in her headphones and walk straight out of class, like so fast. And I was thinking to myself, she must have like a husband, or like she's already married or something. She's not interested in anybody. So like for a few weeks I was trying to figure out, how do I talk to her? I had another friend in the class, he's Kenyan, and we took Swahili class together. And one day I saw him talking to Marina. And so I walked up to him, I was like, hey, Buona Mike, what's up, how are you? And he's like, this is Marina. And that's how I actually got to talk to her.
And then me and Mike had talked, he had teased me, he's like, oh, could you make for me chapatis? So I was like, oh yeah, Mike, you can come over to my house and, you know, I make for you chapatis. And then one time Mike was talking to me in class, and then Trent comes up to Mike and starts talking to me in Swahili. Then I was like, who's this white guy who speaks Swahili?
So I asked Mike, I said, what were you talking to her about? And he said, I'm going over there this weekend and she's gonna cook chapati for me. And I was like, I need to come. Like, I'm going with you.
Mike, the day before he came over to my house for chapatis, he like messaged me. He's like, oh, I have a friend can I bring a friend with me? I couldn't be like, no, come along, because I feel like that would be suspicious. So, I immediately, I don't know why in my mind, I knew it was Trent was coming over.
I showed up and Marina cooked some good food for us, and that's how I got to know her better. And it was that first time hanging out that we exchanged numbers. And then we became friends.
We were friends for a while, and then as we continued to be friends and learn about each other and something, then, you know, attraction grew, and then now we're here.
The first date, it was Easter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I took her to church on Easter for our first date, and then drove her like 2 hours to my brother's winery.
And I trusted this
I
is,
wasn't trying to flex at all.
I was young, so I trusted that this person is not kidnapping me.
So I brought her to my brother's winery and tried to impress her, and I think it worked.
Well, also, okay, look, this is some details. Because Trent had longer hair, and then before.
Oh, true. No, I needed a haircut.
So he cut his hair when
Yeah.
he picked me up for Easter. I was like,
I
he cut
surprised her
his
with a
hair.
haircut.
I was like, oh, I like your hair. Then I think that was the moment I was like, oh, she's good looking.
Before the haircut, she didn't find me attractive. After the haircut, she's like, "Oh, okay."
Okay.
He's
Maybe the
alright.
winery.
On the drive back home.
Oh no.
Okay, this was like the first date. On the drive back home, she fell asleep in the car, and I look over, and she's like this.
The wine was good.
And yeah, I just thought it was like the cutest thing. So I popped the question when she was moving to Vienna, Austria. And I traveled there with her to help her get settled in and looking for a place to live, getting like furniture. And so it was a week that we had to find her a place to live, get her a bed, get her some like tables and stuff. And so it was kind of a stressful time. I mean, there's a lot going on in that 1 week. And among all of that, I had to figure out how and where I was going to propose. But I knew that I had to propose during that time. I wasn't going to leave Vienna without proposing. And I had the ring for a period of time. So I think she kind of knew what was up because I dressed a little bit nicer. Like the whole time I'm dressing a certain way, then I'm putting on like a jacket, you know, nice pants, nice shoes. And I told her, like, let's dress up today. So we went to the Belvedere Palace. And it's this beautiful palace. And normally, like, it's a tourist attraction. There's a lot of people there. But the time that we were there was like hardly anybody. So I was debating whether I was going to hire a photographer or just try and like find somebody on the spot because it was so impromptu. So I figured I'll just find somebody there. It's a busy place, you know, I have my phone. So I approached these two girls and I said, hey, can you take a picture of us in front of the palace?
And he swears up to now that he did not put his girls up to it.
And gave them my phone.
Then Trent got on one knee and then he was proposing. Then the girls are like, if you're going to propose, I'm going to die right now.
And Marina started like tearing up a little bit. And the girl who had my phone taking the picture, she goes, oh my gosh, are you proposing?
And then he was like, yes, I am proposing.
And I was like, yeah, take the picture. So we ended up getting this perfect picture of me down on one knee and the palace in the background and nobody around.
Then they put it on video. They were able to like get that video, which was amazing. It was a really nice intimate moment because there's not a lot of people around the palace, and it was really nice, and it was exactly what I wanted. So I wouldn't change anything.
Her love language, she's got a couple of them. Quality time.
Quality time
is one. Acts of service. Gifts, I would say, is like the third one. But acts of service is really the big one.
Quality time and physical touch.
She has a very strong personality. She's very confident, and she's not going to let anybody hold her back. Not only is she smart, but she's beautiful, and she's funny on top of that. So I really scored.
He likes cleanliness and orderliness.
If she wants something, she'll go after it and she'll get it.
He likes honesty and genuineness in people, and he always sticks for that because that's the kind of person that he is. He's one of those people who keep friends really close, and he values friendship. He invests in his friendships in every single way, where it's emotionally he invests in his friendships. He has had the same friends for a very long time. They all people consider him his like a best friend. All these people who are coming all from miles and miles away to come for his wedding in Uganda, and that just shows like how much he has just invested in his friendships.
And really, I feel blessed. One thing I didn't say was in class, when I first saw Marina, I was praying for a way that I could get introduced to her. So I was at home praying, how do I talk to this girl? Please, God, help me figure out a way to talk to this girl. I want to meet this girl. And the prayer was answered. Marina, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed that I found you. I'm so blessed that you said yes to marrying me. And our children, I think, are going to be so blessed to have such a positive, caring, supportive person. And I look forward to our lives together. It's going to be filled with a lot of excitement, and I can't wait. I love you.
Trent. You're my best friend, and I couldn't ask for anyone better. I couldn't ask for anyone who's like you. I couldn't ask for someone who, if I dreamt of someone to call my husband, it wouldn't. I don't think I even dreamt of someone like you, and I'm so lucky to be with someone like you. And every single day, I want you to know that I appreciate you, I honor you. You're my best friend. At the same time, you're the person I want to be married to, the person I want to call my husband. And I'm so happy that we met, because we just come from so different worlds, but we met and we're still the same people. And I'm so happy that I get to call you my husband. And it's exciting to see the life that we can build together, and just how our lives will evolve for greatness and for happiness. I just can't wait to live life with you for the rest of my life. That's it. I promise not to cry.
Thanks, guys.